What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve, and after much anticipation, I thank you for your patience. Today we are talking about my favorite sneakers under $100 part 2. Now, important thing to remember, we hit a lot of bangers on the first part, best sneakers under 100 video, and the vast majority of those shoes are still valid. They're still legit. The links are still live. I even updated the links. So we covered a lot of heat on that video. And so this particular list was a little bit tougher to put together because obviously, like the first video, we are not talking about the everyday obvious sneakers, right? Air Force Ones, etc., etc. You know about the obvious sneakers you can get under $100. These videos were intended to bring something new, something you haven't seen before. So the other video is not outdated. It's not invalidated by this video. So definitely check that one out. After you check this one out, I will have it linked down in the description for you, as well as all the links to cop these sneakers down in the description as well. So, like I said before, this is about finding sneakers that are kind of under the radar, kind of unexpected, not your obvious choices when looking for a sneaker in this budget range of under $100. And I will have the links to cop all of those down in the description, because the other criteria is we're not picking sneakers that are impossible to get or that you have to go to the secondary market to get. These are easily, readily available, still for under $100 or at $100. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First things first, we are talking about the New Balance 5740, and honestly, guys, I love this sneaker. It's my favorite new model from New Balance. New Balance Lifestyle's killing it right now. The 5740 is no different. Now, there are collaboration 5740s and there are the regular line 5740s. The collaborations are over $100. Not a bad premium though. If you can get your hands on a pair, I definitely recommend that, because I think the best colorways come out as collabs. But there are definitely dope colorways that drop all the time on New Balance's website at that $100 price point and below with some discounts. So definitely check that out, the New Balance 5740, one of my favorite sneakers from New Balance right now. Next up is another New Balance sneaker. This is the New Balance Numeric 1010. Now, this is technically a skate sneaker, and in this colorway, it looks so clean. I love the contrast edging, the black and the white, and then, of course, the best sole in the game, the gum outsole. You can't beat it. This is a sleek-looking, dope skate shoe, and I really didn't realize how into skate shoes New Balance was. Now, I'm not a skater myself, so that kind of explains why I didn't know that, but this is a really dope looking skate shoe that can transition well into a lifestyle sneaker. That is the New Balance Numeric 1010. Lastly, rounding out our New Balance selections here is the New Balance 327. This is another new silhouette from New Balance, which has gotten a lot of its popularity from releases with Ame Lone D'Or and Casablanca, as well as some other collabs that have dropped. Those have been impossible to get. What's dope though is that there is a 327 model that is right in our sweet spot under $100, and it looks fantastic. Some of the cool elements I really like about this sneaker is how it takes on kind of a driver shoe aesthetic by having the outsole creep up the top of the heel collar there, and overall that big retro block N, it just looks great. Great looking shoe. The New Balance 327 in tons of colorways as well, available all the time. So check back regularly because you'll see different colorways drop periodically. Lastly, rounding out the New Balance selections as well as kicking off a new segment in this video, this is the New Balance AM 425, and this is a slammed low cut looking sneaker. Great suede overlays, and that kind of starts this new section. We're talking about these lower cut, easy to transition summer to fall sneakers that I love so much. So this New Balance in particular in this brown colorway is phenomenal as a transition from summer into fall. That's pretty obvious. I love the suede hits on this sneaker. I love the low cut profile. Really, it's, if you're a fan of the Blazers or you're a fan of like the Adidas, the Sambas and those types of lower profile cut sneakers, this is right in your wheelhouse. It's definitely in mine. I love this as a casual everyday suit. And keeping with the theme of low cut sneakers, we are looking at the Asics Japan S. And a lot of Asics sneakers, you know, when you think Asics, at least when I do, I think of those kind of busier running sneakers with all the different colors and the different kind of lines and things going through them. I love how clean this profile and silhouette is. It's definitely a beautiful casual sneaker that is infinitely versatile. A sneaker that can replace all kinds of regular sneakers in your rotation. If you're tired of rocking the same things, check these Asics Japan S models. Super clean, super dope, right in my wheelhouse. And now for another brand that doesn't get a lot of hype, though they do make some dope sneakers, these are the Diadora Game Lows. I love this color combination of the white with the green, that little touch of orange on the back there. Just a great looking sneaker, low cut, like I said in this little section we're doing here. Great versatility versatility with this sneaker, and if you want a little bit of a color pop in your wardrobe with the sneakers instead of those all whites or all black or something else, these serve well. And again, if you're into those blazers, those kill shots, if you're into that style of shoe, nice retro vibe on these, this is the way to go if you want to switch it up, the Diadora Game Lows. Now, speaking of kill shots and blazers, we are on to a Nike SB model that does share a lot of aesthetic similarities to those sneakers, as well as some of the other ones we just covered. Again, this is that type of silhouette we're looking at in this section of the video. This is the Nike SB Heritage Volk, and what I love about these, aside from sharing some of the same DNA with your blazers and your kill shots, this has a gorgeous vulcanized sole that of course is done in the greatest color in the game for outsoles. That is the gum sole. I just love the way this looks. I love that kind of wrapped around feel the vulcanized sole gives it. And of course, if you are skating, that vulcanized sole is going to help you out. But what's dope is if you're just using this as a casual shoe, that vulcanized sole in this construction is just going to hold up better. So good for the everyday, good for what it's made for, the Nike SB Heritage Volk. And then continuing on with Nike in this section, we are looking at the Nike Blazer Court. Now, this is different from the blazers that we covered in the first best under 100 video. This one is more of a stripped down version. You can see it's even spelled different where they take the A and the E, they take the vowels out of the name, but it's a Blazer Court. And what I noticed about this is it's just a much cleaner version of the Blazer. So the Blazer does have some kind of different asymmetrical overlays on it. And if you're looking for something just a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more subdued, here you go. The Nike Blazer Court Low. Fantastic low profile sneaker, easy to blend with just about anything you're wearing. Lastly, in this section of lower cut profile sneakers, I am talking about a brand that I don't talk about enough on this channel, and I'm going to do my part in rectifying that. And again, we are hitting with a beautiful suede upper. This is the Puma Suede Crepe, and I just love the way this suede looks with that brown midsole. Now, I'm not too fond of some of the more classic Puma running sneakers. They kind of got that driver shoe feel to them. They're a little bit too narrow in my opinion. With this nice chunky midsole and outsole, this gives it more of the proportions that I personally like. So again, if you're a fan of this style of sneaker, if you're a fan of the kill shots, the blazers, things like that, there you go. The Puma Crepe in this suede upper is just delicious. I highly recommend this one. All right, moving away from the lower cut profile sneakers, we're gonna get into something a little bit chunkier, something with a little bit more dimension. This is a new silhouette, if I'm not mistaken, from Asics. This is the Asics GT2, and I really like the way this one looks. It kind of channels some of the things that I like about the Gel Light Asics, which is probably my favorite Asics silhouette or model that they make, and it puts it into a nice, modern, great casual everyday sneaker. I love the way this colorway looks, a specific colorway. They have more colorways available and are dropping more and more as time goes on, because I believe, like I said, this is a new model from Asics, so they're probably going to push hard in putting out a lot of releases. So if you want something along this vein, check this out, the Asics GT2s. Next up is a classic Adidas sneaker. This is the Adidas Forum, and this is a basketball or retro basketball sneaker from Adidas that is kind of gaining some more traction. They're doing some releases as of right now. I've seen a lot of Adidas Forum releases on the Confirmed app. I think they're doing some Olympic releases or something like that, but they're kind of pushing this sneaker. So I don't know if this is going to catch on, if forums are going to become really trendy in the next year or so, but if they do, you heard it here first. But I just love this clean white colorway. I like the little bit of a chunkier dimension you get with this sneaker. I love the retro basketball vibes it gives with the Velcro strap over the top. This is a nice alternative to like an Air Force One that you can pair with some sweats, and it can really jump off nicely. You can really, with this white colorway, do a lot with this sneaker in general because the cut isn't too high, it's not too low. It's a nice versatile sneaker. Now we're talking about another Adidas sneaker that I wanted to include in the first video. I just had too many sneakers on that list, so I saved it for this one. I have a childhood nostalgia bias towards this sneaker because I used to wear these all the time. These are the Adidas Sambas. In my opinion, one of the cleanest, classic, most brilliant silhouettes that Adidas has ever put out. I just love this sneaker. The comfort is unmatched. It's a super comfortable everyday sneaker. Obviously, if you want to play some indoor soccer, it's one of the best shoes that you can get your hands on. It's just all around, in my opinion, one of the best, and I think it looks the greatest in terms of how it's proportioned and the colorways that are offered. It can really work with so much. The Adidas Samba, you can't really go wrong. Next up, this is a newer model from Adidas and one that wasn't on my radar at all. I only came across it while trying to make this list, but I've been pleasantly surprised. This is the Adidas Puig, and obviously Yasiel Puig, this is his namesake sneaker, and it's just a dope iteration on kind of a classic Adidas lines, but then adding in a more modern midsole. I just like the way this looks. I like the way it comes off. It looks like a very comfortable sneaker, and it kind of falls in line with what else we're liking on this list. So if you want something with a more modern twist, something that's new, the Adidas Puig. All right, next up, we are talking about the Diadora Camaro, and this has got vintage heritage feel all over it. If you're a fan of like the Nike Challengers, which we talked about in the Best Under 100 video, which I highly recommend the sneaker, the Challenger is one of my favorite retro sneakers. The Diadora Camaro is in that kind of line, that vein aesthetically. I love the way it looks. I love the stitched leather beneath the Diadora overlay, and I love the suede hits. This just got that perfect blend of retro comfort vibes happening on this sneaker. Can't go wrong. Diadora Camaro. Next up is another Diadora sneaker that I feel like takes some pages from the New Balance playbook, or at least the kind of New Balances that are trendy right now. This is the Diadora N902, and to me it just kind of has that feel of what's trendy in the running / leisure sneakers, and it just looks damn good, especially in this colorway. I love the way this looks. Of course, you got the beautiful suede overlays with that. I really like the Diadora branding around the heel counter. It's a nice look as well. These are the Diadora N902s. All right, I know I've been accused before of having a strong Nike bias. There was a ton of Nike sneakers in the Best Under $100 video, so I did my best to kind of reel that in and show you guys some other brands on this video. However, now we have gotten to the Nike section because I couldn't leave some of the dope Nike sneakers I've been seeing off the list. There are some bangers in this list as well. So first up, a shoe that of course was not on my radar until I started putting this list together, the Nike Reacts 8 TRs. Now, I don't really know what any of that means. It is clearly a training shoe of some kind, but what I like about this sneaker is that it gives off the look, the kind of aesthetic of a Nike Shox, but the best part is that you don't actually have to wear a pair of Nike Shox because those were just awful in my opinion. This kind of gives it a little bit of that Nike Shox vibe with these kind of like pod looking air bubbles or whatever they got going through the midsole there. This is a good looking training sneaker that can double as a casual use. I really like this, the Nike Reacts 8 TR. Next up, this is a Nike sneaker that when this technology debuted, it was revolutionary. It is still one of the most comfortable, casual, everyday or running sneakers you can get your hands on for a fantastic price. The Nike Freeze Run 5.0. Obviously, the technology has only gotten better. The foam has gotten lighter and softer and more comfortable. And this particular model you see here is made with sustainable materials. So this Nike Free has a very modern look to it. You get the sustainable material as well, so you can feel a little bit better about your sneaker purchase, and you get that crazy comfortable all-day use of the Nike Free support system. You really can't go wrong if you're looking for a casual runner in the Nike Frees. It's hard to beat. Next up is a Nike sneaker that I was very pleased to find. It hasn't technically dropped as of the recording of this video, but I suspect by the time you're watching this, it's going to be out. This is a throwback Nike skateboarding shoe, which I don't think was originally debuted as a skateboarding shoe, but I think got adopted by skaters, and now that's kind of where it sits. This is the Nike Retro GTS 97, and it's got that beautiful 90s vibe there, you can see, and it's just a dope looking sneaker. And I love the canvas upper, super durable. I love the outline Nike swoosh that's not filled in. It's just got a really clean look to it, and then of course that rubber midsole is going to give you all that comfort and that durability that you're looking for in an everyday sneaker. Like I said, these haven't dropped yet, but by the time you watch this, they're probably already out. The Nike Retro GTS 97s. All right, the penultimate sneaker, number 19 of 20. This might be one of the best releases Nike has put out in 2021 in terms of their casual and everyday and easy to get sneakers. Of course, there's going to be limited releases, but we're not here to talk about that. These are the Nike Waffle Ones, and I've done a full review on these on my channel. I will have a link down below for you to check out, and you should. This shoe is incredibly comfortable. It's a fantastic price, and it does a great job of melding the old with the new, which we talk a lot more about in that review. The Nike Waffle One. Do not sleep on this shoe. All right, and last but not least, number 20 on this list. I'm going to switch it up on you guys and go a little crazy, but I mean, we got to have a little bit of fun fun. And I don't know about you, but I am just addicted to socks and sandals. Maybe it's because I'm a dad, I don't know, but socks and sandals is where I live most summer days. And this pair of sandals I've seen pop up and sold out, and finally there are some available pairs. This is the Nike Asuna Crater. So the Nike Asunas is the model, the Crater is the model that you see here that is made with the sustainable materials or recycled materials, so you get that kind of cool speckled patterns on this. And yes, it's a crazy looking pair of slides that you know are just going to look juicy delicious with some tall white socks. Get your 5-inch inseams, get your tall white socks, get your Nike Asunas, and don't give a single you know what. That's the point of these sandals. They look amazing. I think, look, I have another pair that's similar to this, and I get compliments and or stares, and I just take it all with a smile. It's all about comfort and looking dope, and most importantly, not caring. You do you, I will do me. These are the Nike Asuna Craters. I highly recommend them if you're into that. All right, guys, and that does it. 20 dope shoes under $100 part 2. So I think that's like 43 or 41 shoes in total between the two videos under $100 that you can get your hands on that aren't obvious, that aren't the same old. So you got tons to choose from. Again, I will have the first part video linked down in the description so you can check that out as well. All the links in that video will be live for you to cop those shoes. All the links for the shoes you saw here are in the description for you to cop those shoes. I really appreciate it if you do use those links because they might help me out, you know, give me a little kickback. You don't pay any extra money. I just get a little percentage of the sale, and that helps keep this channel alive and keep things growing. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe. I didn't ask for any likes or subscriptions to the whole video, so if you made it this far, I mean, please, I very much appreciate that. You guys are what makes this video, this channel so awesome. I couldn't do any of this without you guys. So your likes, comments, your subscriptions, your engagements, everything I appreciate to my core. I really mean that. And I love to show love down in the comment section. So drop a comment so I can hit you back. And with all that being said, hope you have a good day, good evening, good night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys with the next list. Peace.